Right, hello everyone. So let's take a look at the market today. Now today I've got a bit of a drama with my MT4. So we're going to have to take a look at it on MT5, but it doesn't matter. It's the same kind of technical analysis. So let's go over it one by one as usual. Now remember, last week we had a swing low. In fact, let's turn this into a daily. And also remember, yesterday was a swing day. Not yesterday, Monday was a swing day. Okay, Monday was a swing day for gold. All right. So this is the beginning of the week. Today is Wednesday, and that's the beginning of the week. Monday going upwards. Now on Monday, we did say we can go up. I actually gave a trade on that one on Monday. And now we're up here. This is fine. Now, as you know, on the monthly, we're going sideways. On the weekly, it's an uptrend. On the daily, it's an uptrend. And until we break down below this level, we're still in this zone. So sell the high, buy the low kind of thing. And that's fine. And what we can do now is to see how this is going to pan out for us. Let's turn this into a 4-hour chart. And let's see where we can get in. Now here, as you can see, the market had some resistance here. And there's a bit of a gap here. So if we want to sell again, the market may pretty much come up into this 2050 zone or take out the stops here and bring us into there, which I'm not going to put a line there. In fact, what I will do is put this. All right, so I'm going to take the wick and this zone here. All right, and this is going to be some kind of a target for us. On the daily, we don't have any gaps there. Okay, as you can see, the market is just all pretty much straightforward. But this is a breakdown here, which is coming from this bar here. Okay, so the market going up, taking out the stops here, taking out the stops here, pushing into there and selling off is not a bad idea. All right, so that's one option we can do. So the market comes up here, takes out the stops here, mucks around here as well is also possible. And on a 4-hour chart, if I take a look, the other option is I'm going to take the wick. I always take the wick. I know some people take bodies, but I do not do that. All right. And this is the zone. All right. The market already tapped into once and broke down. So going up here, taking the stops out, either selling in this zone or selling in this zone is okay. Now, when the market is going up nicely like this, I wouldn't stand in front of it. Why? First of all, it's Wednesday. The next swing day, as you know, from Monday is a special day. And on Saturday, we've got a special day. All right. So what we might want to do is follow this going up, all right, to the next swing day. Now, obviously, we don't want to be buying it all the way up there. This is where they sold off. So obviously, this is a place of resistance for the market. And as you can see, we've got Astro hours happening here. Those Astro hours happening there means that we might be looking for some kind of a retracement coming down. If the market does retrace down, we can go back up again. How is that going to happen? If this closes high. So if this closes high and then we retrace into this hour or into this New York session, then we can go back up again. If we come back down into these Astro hours, then we can go back up again as well. Okay, but obviously we don't buy at the tops. Where can you get in? Well, you'll have to mark your levels. So if you know technical analysis, you'll have to do that. And hopefully you do know technical analysis. All right. This is a bit too far out for us. Let's put a channel in. Let's do this. There. All right. So what you want to do is get in on the lower side of this channel. Okay. You can also get in here. If the market dips down here, you can go back up again. It's all good. All right. Now, there's a bit of a gap here, which I did want the market to come down to take out, but it didn't happen. As you know, that was a 2009, 2008 zone I've been marking in since the beginning of the week, but that didn't happen. It didn't come back to the weekly pivot. Okay. So you don't want to be buying here in this zone. That's for sure. If you do want to buy, do it at the lower end of stuff. Okay. If the market hangs around here, it can still break out. There isn't a breakout aspect here that I can really, put my hand onto. Okay. But there is a pushy move happening in New York, and that's going to be in the New York session. So you should keep an eye out for that one as we go to 5 o'clock and 6:30, 6:40. All right. So as we get to 5, and then as we get to 6:40, there should be a bit of a sudden twist and twist. If you want to take the better hours to trade, that might be 9:30 to 9:40, which I've already posted. Okay. Which might also be a retracement coming down into these sessions, into these hours. That's possible. If you're going to go against the trend, which you will be doing, okay, here, do it with a smaller lot size. That's in fact the channel on this as well. Hopefully we'll get our 80 AM strategy up and running. All right. And remember, that was our swing day, okay, from last week. Nice and easy. So going up here, the market will want to sell off as well. All right. So no buying here. If you want to enter a sell trade, I wouldn't do it this week. Maybe do it next week on Monday. See where the markets are, all right, according to the swing days. If you're going to do intraday trading and you want to sell, then do it at the highs at the Astro hours, and I would do it with a smaller lot size. Okay, personally, I wouldn't do it, but if you want to take a trade, if you want to do it, then that's how I would have done it if I was going to do that. Let's take a look at SP 500. SP 500, nice fall. As you know, these levels from the PST levels as well. Here we are. Now, remember with the SP 500, Tuesday was a swing day. So yesterday, I was looking at this and I was thinking, well, Tuesday is a swing day. It's a swing day for the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ as well. So if this swing day holds, this should push up. Okay. And if it does, it should take us to, let's go into the 15-minute chart. Here we are. Where should it take us? Well, first of all, let's tighten this up a little bit. This is where the big fall happened. As you can see, there's a big gap here. This 5,000 zone is not a bad zone. All right, this zone here. If the market comes up here by Friday, I think this will be a sell zone to push back down. So if the market goes up, it shouldn't surprise us because remember we marked these levels in, and this is a 15-minute chart. Tuesday was a swing day. So the market coming down here, and then, God knows when we did this, because this must have been like the last time I did a MetaTrader 5 analysis. Look, it was on the 7th of February. Okay. So I've been using the MetaTrader 4 for that, but you can see how things are panning out. So this should bring us to go up. Now there are stops here, so this should be taken out. There are stops here, they should take this out. If you turn this into a 1-hour chart, the market should go above this level. Okay, so this zone is fine. Let's get rid of this. And the market should break above this zone. All right. When I say break, maybe it'll take the stops out and sell off. There's a bit of a gap here as well. So you'll need to be mindful that the market might sell in also, where are we? That zone. Whoopsie daisy. Oh, no, no. There. All right. So you got zones there. You got zones happening there. These are good sell zones, but try to do it on the next swing day. Now for the SB 500, remember I posted the swing days on Monday. So you're going to have to wait for the next one, which is logical. The next swing day is really logical. Okay. So if we push up until the next swing day, then obviously you got some action jacks and things to do, and you can sell it off later on. If you want to go long at the Astro hours, you can. The first Astro hour for the day for this was actually just now, 7:15. All right, it's just there. Okay, and this 7:15 is not a bad one, because I'll tell you why. If you've taken financial astrology from me, you'll note that this zone was okay. All right, that's 7:15. All right, 7:15 is 6:15 on the platform. Okay, and also remember we had 6. If you know financial astrology from me, you would have also taken a look at 5 o'clock. All right, 4:45. That's your. Oops, that's your. Well, there it is, 5 o'clock. All right, so this is a zone. All right, so that's a good impulse wave from the lows of yesterday, and this is the pullback. It's done a pullback. It's going up, so we should take out this, and at least end up somewhere around 4,500. All right, somewhere around there. 4,990, I think, was the weekly pivot. Right, so if I do 4,990 on this one, 4,990 is there. All right, so this is a place where the market should hit at least. Okay, and then that should be today. If it breaks out above that, then you know we're going there. So Friday or next week, we can check out decent levels on that. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. Now, euro dollar was nice and juicy yesterday. All right, was it yesterday? I took a trade. I think I took a trade on this yesterday. Right? Yes, right. That's right. Yesterday. Now, I actually put that up as well on social media, so you can check it out. Why? Look, yesterday it was like nice to go up with this, and on the 15-minute chart, the market was just mucking around here. So it was an Astro hour. The market was mucking around, and the good thing was on the daily, it had taken the gap, and it's like pretty aggressive, as you can see. So going up to the next level was the way to go. Now, as you know from our previous technical analysis, this needs to come down. Okay, in my opinion, this is the first wave. Okay? And I've noted it in many videos, so you know about it. We should dip down into this zone, and in that zone, we should start a new upwards trend. Okay, so the market, in my opinion, needs to come back down, which is fine. But because we're intraday traders, we're going with the swing days and stuff. So the swing day for the euro dollar, as you know, was also Tuesday, wasn't it? So Monday and Tuesday we had. All right, as you can see, Monday and Tuesday, from the same lows, they went up. So entering on the breakout on the 15-minute chart was logical, which is what I wanted to demonstrate. But now, if you take a look at the daily, where are we? We are at the top. Okay, so that's your channel there. And this is your top there. Okay, we're at the tops here. Now, if I was to do one more here, like this, just draw a parallel. Okay, as best you can. This is it. Now, where do we want to sell this off? As you can see, this is a big bar here, all right, where the push down happened. So this might have a bit more room to go before we sell off again. maybe on the wick here, because this is just too big. All right, it's already done it. Okay, you don't want to be mucking around with this too big situation. Or you can bring this down to a 4-hour chart and say, well, this is it. All right, so this zone is okay to sell off again if we go up here, which it pretty much can. Now, if you want to go long, you might want to wait for the dip down here before going long. Or if you want to go long, I don't know, at an astro hour, you're going to have to wait. Why? Because this astro hour, as you can see, this is an astro hour right now, 5:40, what was it, 6:15. 6:15 is right there. Okay. So you don't want to be going long there. Okay, you can go long here if you want to go back up again, or you want to go short, do it there, because here you're in no man's land, and this thing might likely to come back and fill in here. And this is a 15-minute chart. If you want to get more precise, then that's going to be your zone there on a 15-minute chart. So you can just lay these like that and do it accordingly. Okay. And that's how that is. Let's take a look at the US 30. Now, US 30, same deal. All right, let's take a look. Let's get rid of these. As you can see, we're getting pretty squeezed up at the top there. I remember the swing days for this as well. Now, this is a big drop down, so the market might want to push down again. If it makes an up move, selling is okay, but this is also, let's do this. All right, there's also a bit of room to come down here. If you want to sell this again, you're going to have to wait for a retracement. Okay, maybe just a little bit. As you can see, this is nice. All right, so this zone might be it. And this is a good sell-off zone, as you can see, and that's what the market did. So it could just follow. There's no gap here, so that's nice to see. If I turn this into a 4-hour chart, we're in a triangle. The market is still going up, mind you. And remember, the market is going up. And the thing is, because of Friday, okay, because of Friday, you're going to have to be careful, because Friday is going to be interesting. Okay. And because of that, you might want to wait for the sells for next week. Okay. If you're thinking about selling, if you want to buy the Dow Jones and you want to do an intraday trade on it, this is driving me crazy. Let's do this. Can we do that? Maybe not. Okay, if you want to buy or sell this, I would be a bit cautious, okay, because we're in the middle of nowhere here. If you want to do your trading, you want to do it at the lows and at the highs. So as you can see here in a smaller time frame, we've got a sideways market. And if you want to sell, you want to do it at the tops there. And that top zone is going to be probably, well, somewhere, well, let me just check this zone. It has to be above here. Okay, the market should go above here if they want to sell off again. So in this zone, and if I was to take the wick off that and there, so you're gonna want to be at least in this zone if you want to sell this again. And that's basically it. Other than that, I can't think of anything else. You know, personally, I wouldn't be in this one, in Dow Jones at the moment. Want to wait for a better option maybe next week. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ, nice little fall off again here. We talked about this. Look at this. We spoke about this like a few weeks ago. So the selling the highs and then the breakout here, which is fine. Now, the market is still going up, mind you. All right, the market is still going up. but it's showing signs of weakness here. So one last rush up to sell off next week might do the trick. Let me get rid of this. And let's do this. Let's get rid of these. Now, at the end of the day, we're going to have to come back, as you know, all the way back in here. So I don't even have to put this. Okay, this is a zone where we're looking to come back into. Let's do this before we go back up again. And we should dip down. All right. So if you are a buyer, if you want to keep buying to push up, then you're going to have to do it from around here. Now, Tuesday was a swing day. This is looking like, because this is the second day of the week, right? Tuesday, swing day, big push down. Okay. But it hasn't closed below that wick. It's kind of like taken out the stops, bounced off from there, which is fine. Okay, it's not a problem. So if this Tuesday holds, we might go back up. And the first place we want to go back up to is going to be that 17,650, right around there. Okay. So why? Because there's the gap you want to close up. So if they want to sell, they'll want to take it up to sell first. This is what we'd like to do anyway. We don't want to be selling on a support. So if this Tuesday is a swing low, going back up is an option. Now, we won't know if it's a swing low or a swing high for the week until it breaks up on either side. Okay. So if it breaks down below, closes below, then you know that's a swing high for the week. So on any pushback, you just keep pushing down, down, down. Okay. But if this holds and we keep pushing up, then you're going to have to wait for the next swing day, which is going to be, then obviously for NASDAQ, it's going to be next week sometime. All right. But as you can see, this is now beginning to get a bit tricky. And if I take a 4-hour chart, then what you might want, what we'll probably see the market going just above this. So if they want to sell, if you want to sell at Astro hours, it's going to be either around here, okay, or there. Now, the beautiful thing about having astrology on our side is we know the hours. So if the hour doesn't match a technical analysis level, then don't muck around with it. Just let it go, okay? And then see how things pan out. But we should have a bit of a retracement going up, as you can see, all right? And that's how it is. Now, this on a 4-hour chart, as you can see, has been broken. So the market wanting to sell again is also logical, all right? This is logical, and that's fine to do as well, all right? So selling the level here and the level there is also okay. You can just mark this up on a 4-hour chart, move it into your 15, and this is what we're looking at on a 15-minute chart. All right, and this is how you can do your technical analysis as well. Going from the bigger time frame to the smaller one. And if you want, you can just do this and sharpen this up a little bit by doing this. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now, with Bitcoin, as you guys know, this is a sideways market. Now, as far as I'm concerned, this is looking like a distribution. And I have been saying that this is a sell zone. So I don't want to be mucking around here trying to be a buyer. And I did say, if you want to be a buyer, you can do whatever you want, obviously. If you want to be a buyer, then you got to wait for the market to pull down at an intraday level, a decent level, if you're going to go up again at an intraday level. All right. And that's how it is. So this zone, for me, I think it's still a sell zone. So I'm not mucking around. Well, I don't trade crypto anyway, but if I was trading crypto, I would not be a buyer around here. Okay, that's for sure. On a monthly, you could argue that we still have a bit of a gap here, but as you can see, that gap is pretty much done. So going back to the daily, I'd say this is more of a sell opportunity than a buy opportunity. Okay, so on a 15-minute chart, what can you do? sell, obviously, right? So this is the gap, all right? It's pretty much closed. But if the market goes up again, selling is, I think selling is the better option. You can see we've got a break of structure happening here, and that's fine. So going back up into these zones to sell off is okay in my opinion. As you can see on the dailies, or those like high levels where you want to be kind of like you want to be a seller at the highs. And if you want to buy again, you have to wait. You got to wait. And your target should be there. All right. So coming into this zone probably will come to about 48,800. Okay. And then if you want to go long again, your next long opportunity is here. Okay. But if you've been watching my technical analysis, I wouldn't be buying for the long term until at least down here. At least down here. And as usual, all right, whoops. Never mind. That's that, at least all the way into that zone there. All right, some people argue, it's not going to come back down there, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter what the argument is. That's my argument. Okay, and if there's a gap in the market will want to fill. Okay, and this zone is good to fill. So coming into this zone is still on the cards. So I wouldn't dismiss it myself. And that's that. But in the short term, as a day trader or intraday trader, if you're wondering what to do, I'd be selling the higher levels and pushing them down, as you can see. There's even lows here, as you can see. You'll want to cover this level here, but they should sweep this out. There's a gap here, so that's your target, but it should come back down. It should come back down into this zone. All right, so what was it? 49, 48, 800, 48, 800 is about there. 48,800 is about there. All right, so somewhere around there as well. So there is room to come down. If you're a seller on the push up at an Astro hour, I think going down is a better option.